Today, we're diving into a shocking piece of news that has left fans in disbelief. Merck, one of the beloved stars of Little People, Big World, has been arrested. But why? What happened to this young man who has captured the hearts of so many through her journey on reality television? If you're a fan of Little People, Big World, you know Merck as one of the family's most outspoken and vibrant members. But recently, things have taken a turn that no one saw coming. Before we get into the more serious stuff, let's take a moment to talk about who Merck is. Merck became a household name when he married Amy Roloff in 2019, but his life before fame was a lot quieter. Merck is a real estate agent who lives in Oregon. He was first introduced to viewers when he began dating Amy after her separation from her ex-husband, Matt Roloff. The two had an inspiring love story, especially for fans who had been following the Roloff family for years. Amy, being an incredibly positive and resilient woman, found a new chapter in her life with and fans quickly warmed up to him. But wasn't just a background figure on Little People, Big World. He was a man of his own, carving out a life in the real estate world and enjoying his relationship with Amy. That said, things took a dramatic turn when rumors about his alleged arrest began circulating, leaving fans shocked and confused. Now, we need to address the elephant in the room, Marek's alleged arrest. If you've been on social media or following the Roloff family closely, you may have seen headlines or posts suggesting that was arrested. But what exactly happened? Was involved in any criminal activity? Was there an actual arrest? To be clear, Merck has not been arrested. Yes, there were rumors, but they stemmed from a misunderstanding that quickly escalated. The story goes that one day, a fan mistakenly thought was involved in an incident that led to his arrest. But here's the truth: Merck has no criminal record, and there has been no official arrest. So, how did this rumor start? It all began with a confusing interaction where Merck's name was associated with an arrest record that didn't actually belong to him. A mix-up with another individual who shared a similar name led to a brief wave of confusion. Some fans, not fully aware of the situation, started spreading the rumors, and suddenly, people were asking, did Merck get arrested? This situation highlights how quickly rumors can spread in today's digital world, especially when it comes to public figures like and Amy. In a world where people are constantly on their phones and social media, it's easy for something like this to blow out of proportion. Social media has a massive influence on how news, both true and false, spreads. Just one tweet or post can snowball, and before you know it, millions of people are discussing something that wasn't even real. It's a dangerous trend that we've seen countless times before, and this case was no different. And Amy did their best to keep the situation under control, but with so many false reports online, it wasn't easy. It's a lesson for all of us on the importance of verifying information before jumping to conclusions. Let's take a moment to reflect on and Amy's relationship. Amy Roloff has always been open about her life on Little People, Big World, sharing both her highs and lows with her audience. Her relationship with is no exception. The two have been incredibly supportive of one another, and their marriage has been a beacon of hope for many fans. They've weathered challenges together, and nothing, certainly not a false arrest rumor, can break their bond. Despite the rumors and the noise from social media, they've continued to live their lives and focus on their love for each other. Of course, it's not always easy being in the public eye, but and Amy have done a great job of handling these situations with grace and keeping their personal lives mostly private. They've remained strong, and they've made it clear that they aren't letting a silly rumor affect their happiness. This incident is a reminder of how important it is to be informed and cautious about the news we consume. In the age of digital media, misinformation can spread quickly, but it's up to us to verify and fact-check before making assumptions. Even a well-known TV personality like Merck is not immune to the chaos that social media can create. And, while rumors can be damaging, they often have little basis in reality. So, What can we learn from this? Always question what you hear, especially when it comes to sensationalized headlines. If you can't verify the information from trusted sources, it's best to remain skeptical. And remember, just because something is trending doesn't mean it's true. At the end of the day, Chris Merck has not been arrested, and the whole story was a misunderstanding that spiraled out of control. It's unfortunate that such rumors could even affect someone's reputation, but it's a testament to how quickly misinformation can spread in the world we live in today. Amy and Chris are doing just fine, continuing to enjoy their lives and their relationship. They've worked hard to build a life of love and positivity, and they're not letting false rumors get in the way of that. So, there you have it. The truth about the Chris Merck arrest rumors. We hope this clears up the confusion and gives you some insight into how quickly things can get out of hand on social media. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Until next time. More update. Amy Roloff and Chris Merck fake drama on show. I will explain everything. After Chris Merck with Amy Roloff, they returned for a second season of Little People, Big World, but viewers claim they are acting dramatic for the camera. There's more to Chris' recent decline in popularity. Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler discuss their own wedding, then meets the eye. It goes without saying that there is some friction between the women. Matt and Chris became close while working on Amy's wedding plans. Fans of TLC felt it was quite sweet at the time, but Matt's ex wasn't fond of it. She has been nagging her hubby about it for a few seasons now. Sadly for Karen and Amy, their men's friendship forces them to spend a lot of time together in an uncomfortable way. This time, however, fans think that everything is a bit fake. Previously popular Chris Merck lost favor with fans of Little People, Big World. That followed two important occasions. The first was when he began working the pumpkin season, and the second was when Matt Roloff stunned Amy Roloff by proclaiming that in the case of his demise, Amy would inherit the farm. And now a lot of people think Chris will do anything, even pose for the cameras, to remain on TLC's payroll. On Reddit, an OP was confused about how many fans of Little People, Big World turned on Chris. They said in their caption, "I'm amazed by all of the Chris bashing because it is so evident to me that Chris and Amy are playing to the camera and Amy is most definitely in on it, people." They're trying to stir up interest for a show with just the adults sans Zach and Tori and company. This is all scripted to make it look dramatic and heated. We all know how Amy is, and if she was actually upset by or not in favor of Matt and Chris' shenanigans, he wouldn't be involved. You can see by their joking about it that it is not that serious, and they are in on it together. TLC thinks that the only way we will watch only the adults is if they have some form of dramatic interactions. Many TLC viewers agreed in the comments section that Chris Merck and Amy Roloff might not be the only ones attempting to increase the drama in order to keep the show rolling. Others, however, claimed that Chris was forced to follow Amy. Does that mean Matt Roloff is in the same boat? There was a lot of discussion about Little People, Big World after the post. The following comments were made by TLC viewers. What would the show's current season be? Would Chris not interact with people in the same manner as Amy? Like it's not already dull enough. Suppose Chris refused to talk to Karen and Matt. Since Amy has probably set some rules about when and how she will deal with the cheaters in person, they needed his assistance to get the hook. To be honest, I believe he is doing this for her and with her. As far as I can tell, Amy is never angry when he teases her with Matt. If you pay close attention, he skillfully returns it to Matt in spades while being careful not to say anything that she would actually find offensive. If Amy didn't seem to hate Matt so much, I think she wouldn't have married Chris at the farm. Moreover, if Chris were my spouse, he wouldn't be spending time with Matt. Furthermore, I think Amy is desperate for Chris to love her and that he is playing her. Amy and Chris know that accepting a deal to continue the show will require a lot of manipulation and coercion with Matt. Because she wants the checks as much as Matt does. fictitious stories about coming to see Matt's house, and Chris being Matt's best man are being told to us. I can't stop watching, though, for some reason. What do you think of the turmoil involving Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler, as well as Chris Marek and Amy Roloff? Or are they just two males who like to dance around their woman, since that's what occurs in real life? Let us know in the comments. More update. Amy shared that she competed in DAAA basketball and volleyball and watched her son, Zach, play soccer. Now, she gets to watch her grandson, Jackson, compete in DAAA soccer too. The four-time mother continued, "Even if you lose, you learn how to get back up and try again." Additionally, I think that sports say a lot more about life. This is how I understand DAAA. Amy said, "It's important for this organization to continue, not only for my son, but now for my grandson." Filmmakers were informed by the Roloff matriarch that DAAA gives you the opportunity to try sports, to play it. She continued, "I think just having the opportunity to play and be in that environment just for a moment makes a huge difference in individual dwarves' lives." Little People, Big World has not been formally renewed by TLC for season 26 as of this writing. It's uncertain if the show would continue without Zach and Tori Roloff, who previously said that season 25 will be the final season for them and their 3 kids. Significant alteration. Amy Roloff of Little People, Big World sobs as she leaves the farm she and her ex-husband Matt shared for 30 years. Amy, 56, is taken aback when Matt makes a significant recommendation in the show's premiere peak. "We think you should give up the farm," Matt said. "Really?" Apparently unable to talk, Amy, who is now engaged to Chris Merck, 59, murmured. Amy first sneers at her fiancé, but Chris might be open to that. Amy might, however, gradually come to regret her decision. In the video, the TLC personality stated, "It was difficult to say goodbye. When I hear it, I start crying. It's not the end all, though." Amy's white wedding gown was also teased in the video. Amy and Chris dated for around 3 years before becoming engaged in September of 2019. The pandemic caused the engaged pair to postpone their wedding preparations last year. As they planned their wedding, Amy and Chris hopped about between dates in late August or early September of 2021. In an Instagram story, the Little People star revealed specifics of her April wedding. Amy wrote, "Whoa, the big day is approaching. It is unbelievable to me that I will be married to this man for the rest of my life in only 1 or 2 months. He is my buddy, companion, and love." With Karen, his new lover who has been his assistant for the previous decade, Amy's ex-boyfriend Matt has moved on. Amy and Matt were married in 1987, but they divorced in 2014. In 2016, Matt and Amy, who had 4 children together, finally separated after 27 years of marriage. Matt and Karen have not received a wedding invitation from his ex. Despite not having received a formal invitation, the two plan to attend. An insider exclusively told The Sun, Matt and Karen have not received an invitation, but they were anticipating and would attend. All of the children and grandchildren will be there, and even if Karen doesn't like Amy and doesn't want to go, she would support Matt. They fear that COVID may make their wedding a low-key affair, so they'll probably be left off the list entirely. They've received very little information regarding the wedding. Amy is keeping her cards close to the vest, so they're essentially in the dark and don't even know the location. More update. Amy Roloff and Chris Merck are among one of the most loved couples of Lpbw. This couple tied the knot in August 2021, nearly 1 year after knowing each other. The ceremony took place on their family farm in Hillsboro, Oregon. Since then, Chris and Amy have fallen in love and enjoy each other's company. The former recently expressed gratitude for her devoted spouse, Chris Marek, on social media. Amy Roloff is a well-known social media influencer in addition to being a well-liked TLC star. On her social media pages, she frequently shares her life's experiences and inventive meals. This Little People, Big World star is ecstatic as she prepares delectable meals and then has her husband, Chris, sample them. She recently shared something different on Instagram, using a carousel of photos of Chris from the couple's most recent vacation to Austin, Texas. This mother of four chose to share an appreciation post. She conveyed her appreciation and joy, revealing that her spouse joined her to a few gatherings. Roloff even wrote in the caption of her photo that it was even more enjoyable and unforgettable for her because she was with Chris at the DAAA, Dwarf Athletic Association of America, and LPA, Little People of America, National Conference Games. He enjoys going to events like this, which are very important to her, so she kept expressing how excited she was. Amy also expressed her admiration for her friend's inclusion of Chris in the Little People community. He might look out of place, but he wasn't uncomfortable, she added. The Lpbw star went on to say that she would even talk about similar events she would be attending in the future and that Chris would be by her side. After that, Amy wrote, "Love you, Chris Marek," to wrap out her message. Amy never passes up the opportunity to show her love for Merck, which is evident from this caption. Even though Amy and Chris appear to be very much in love, Lpbw viewers rarely manage to conjecture about potential marital issues. When Amy recently took a solo flight from Oregon to Washington, there were rumors of one such problem. Even so, she went there to celebrate her grandchild Joja's first birthday, Zach's youngest child. Despite the reasonable explanation that Chris Merck might have been busy with work or ill, people were quick to pick up on issues in their marriage. Fans of Lpbw have always been eager to make assumptions. If the couple had been having marital problems, it would have been obvious now. Instead, this notion is obviously refuted by Amy's most recent Instagram post. For the time being, the pair is contentedly married and in love. Do you think Amy and Chris make a good couple? Amy Roloff says the show will be canceled by TLC. I'm not sure if the show will return. I'll go over everything. Amy Roloff has been the face of the Little People, Big World franchise, together with her ex-husband Matt. The 24th season of their 16-year-old program, Lpbw, is now airing. Many people are concerned that the show may finish because it has been so long. People have been disturbed lately by the season centered around Matt Roloff's agricultural battle with his children, Zach and Jeremy. They want to see more upbeat and morally upright moments since they believe the show has lost its appeal. Amy Roloff finally expressed her opinions regarding the show's renewal amid all the rumors that it might be canceled. Amy Roloff is well known on TV and social media. She is therefore the only Lpbw castmate who is devoted to her followers. She is therefore accustomed to communicating with her audience on social media on a frequent basis. The matriarch and her buddy recently hosted a live session with the fans on Instagram. The latter had the chance to ask them both anything he wanted to regarding the show. One fan was curious about the show's future, even though the majority of them focused on the tense dynamics inside the Roloff family. They were curious as to whether or not Little People, Big World will return for additional seasons. Amy Roloff then responded to the eagerly awaited query. She claimed that the most recent season, Lpbw Season 24, is nearing its tail end, according to Cheat Sheet. That's because there are just 2 or 3 episodes left until it ends. Thus, the cast and the network will see if they continue to film. However, she was certain that something was being filmed. Fans started speculating that Amy was referring to a special episode as she said this. Nevertheless, she is also ignorant of the situation regarding the season renewal. Fans will therefore have to wait for TLC to confirm whether the show would return the following year. Amy Roloff said she isn't sure if the show will be renewed, but her ex-husband Matt said the same thing to the viewers after the fall season. He did, however, add that if the network decides to renew the show in the future, he would be happy to perform more episodes. Karen Chandler, his lover, had a different take on this. It was revealed by sources that she would not be joining the cast in the event of an Lpbw renewal. This is because she is excited to begin a new life with Matt Roloff in Arizona. To be in a warmer climate, they are both relocating to the aforementioned state. Furthermore, Karen has suffered as a result of being held accountable for the farm feud. For the same reasons, she wanted to take a break from filming. Fans saw how Zach and Tori prevented Karen from spending time with newborn Joja for the first time in the most recent season. This gave them the impression that the castmate had been receiving a lot of criticism from both the viewers and the other family members. Hence, she wants to turn over a new leaf and start afresh in Arizona, away from all things related to the farm. How do you feel about Karen's alleged departure? Do you think it will affect the show? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.